Hey guys, this is Da1writer. This is the first time I'm ever going to be doing a video podcast. Yep, it's going to be a video podcast series. Going to start today, and whereas I'm going to be talking about video games, certain electronics. I'm not going to review all electronics because you know what, I am not rich. Like most of America is. I'm not rich. So expect some unboxings, some comparison videos, and some, you know, I might even do video game reviews. But I play video games at a very slow pace because I have a family to take care of, so I got a job, and I also have a kid to take care of and keep happy. So a lot of my time is spent trying to hang out with my son and my wife. So little hours I get to play video games, and if I do reviews thereof and video podcasts for like this one thereof, I'll have very small amount of time. So bear with me. I'm gonna try and keep this under 10 minutes because a lot of people with my other videos I have on YouTube have mentioned my videos run very long, and they pretty much just talk redundantly a lot about the same stuff, but hopefully they are helpful to some people. Now, as I said before, these video podcasts can be talking about video games, accessories for video games probably, and electronics, and from time to time, if I have some free time and there's nothing to really talk about in regards to video game news or unboxings or video games in general or electronics in general, I'll probably maybe talk a little bit about myself, my opinions on certain situations that are happening right now, or maybe past situations. And I would like to hear from you guys, and I'll probably, if this becomes a good series and I get lots of hits, I'll probably continue this series and probably pull up some of you guys' comments and maybe talk about it in general. I'm not a person who gets mad at comments. You could say stuff bad or good. I really don't care. Just try and keep it on the low key. I don't like certain things that probably other YouTube users don't like. So if your comment's deleted, there is an obvious reason why. So we'll just get started with this podcast. You know what? Just for you guys to hear me out a little bit, I'll give you guys a little bit of who I am. I'm not going to tell you my name, and I'm not going to give you my address because I don't want my stuff taken, and I don't want to get killed. So we're just going to keep it at Da1writer. That is my username, Da1writer1985. You can get my gamer tag is Da1writer 1985 on Xbox 360. It is Da1writer on PSN. No, I do not have a Wii, and no, I don't plan on getting a Wii because, in my honest opinion, I hate the Wii. Nothing, you know what, I like their games. I'll say I like their games, but when I tried, I had a friend who had a Wii, and he brought it over. He tried to calibrate the Wii to my TV, and you know what, my TV is a Sony TV, so maybe my Sony TV just hated the Wii. But when we try to calibrate it, whenever I try to play it, it just was unplayable. Like when I pointed up, it went all the way down. When I pointed down, it pointed all the way up, like outside the screen. So most of my games were unplayable, unless you play Mario Kart, which if you use the classic controller, I guess if you use the classic controller in general, you're just gonna be fine. But you know, I thought the Wii motion censored controllers were supposed to be used for something besides sitting there in the dust. But you know, Wii has that $150 price point, so am I interested in grabbing it? No. So that answers that question. I'll spend my money on other things. As I mentioned, I have a kid, and my money is very tight. Anyway, everyone who has kids will tell you that unless they have a really good paying job, most of their money goes towards their kids. So kids are expensive, people. Make sure you think twice when you're young and you dabble in certain areas and you have a kid. Kids are expensive, okay? Kids are expensive. But just to expound a little more about myself, I so you can understand a little bit, I live in San Antonio, Texas. That's all. I'm not going to tell you no address. So I live in San Antonio, Texas. I'll give you a little general area where I live at. I live right outside the highways. I live in the near country. I wouldn't say I live in the country. I would say I live in the suburbs. And I pretty much, as you all saw in my other video, I'm pretty sure on my YouTube account there is a video of my house. I paid a really low price point for my house, and I got a really good deal. So there's a reason why you don't buy inside the highway area to avoid city taxes, but also prices are a little more expensive the further and further you get inside the city. Now, outside the city, a little bit, there's Six Flags in San Antonio. We have the biggest one, I believe also we have the biggest one of Six Flags and SeaWorld compared to anywhere else inside the country. So, big plus on living around this area. And for those who are wondering about, you know what, majority factions? No, for some of those who asked me before, we do not have a Kroger's and a Safeway. No. H-E-B kind of rules everything around here. H-E-B is the only supermarket around here. It's a majority. You know, like a majority like Best Buy? Yeah, I like me Best Buy, but, you know, I guess they gave a statement to Circuit City on their own saying, hey, the economy hates you. We want to make more money. So see you later, Circuit City. But no hate. You know, I apologize for the people who lost their jobs at Circuit City, and you know what? Majorities are never good, never good. So take that, EA. But of course, EA is not a majority. But you know where I'm getting at, where they like to take over almost everything. And you know, EA is not the only people. There's Ubisoft and a couple others. But you know what? There's the point that I'm having here. These podcasts are about my opinions and my views on stuff like video games and stuff like that might interest a few of you guys, and there'll be more podcasts that get more hits and it becomes a popular series. And so tell your friends about it. And of course, this is the first video podcast, so you gotta bear with me. I'm probably gonna write my crap down so that it's more like teleprompting. But I in all honesty, I like to do these podcasts the way I'm doing right now, off the seat of my pants, trying my best not to say you know, that some really low down superlative, so that I'm not sounding like I'm a dumb idiot. But as you can see in this video, this is unboxing of the P11. I did this unboxing because I heard some people saying, "Hey, Da1writer, do you notice the P11s are out? How do they compare to the PX21s?" And you know what? We're gonna do that on a separate podcast. I really need some what's that word? I need some gaming time with these before I can actually give my opinion on them. Because I did do a comparison of the X11s compared to the PX21s. But that's because I compared them with the DSS unit. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the PX21s, first seeing the P11s connected to the DSS. Take in mind that my comparison video will be the first, as in some commenters like to put on certain websites and certain threads, first. But I'm going to be doing a comparison video as being the first person who has these connected to the DSS, and I'm going to give you my opinions on it. And I'm hoping the P11s do good hooked up to the DSS, because just looking at the headset itself, it looks like there is something missing on these P11s, which is unlike before. You can turn the amplifier off of the PX21s, whereas for the P11s you can't. Well, it doesn't look like you can. It looks like you could turn the mic on and off, and that's about it when it comes to switches compared to the PX21s. As I'm showing right now, there is a gigantic difference between the PX21s and P11s. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna delve into these a lot more later. For now, this is just a 10-minute video to give you an introduction of Antonio's Soapbox. Keep watching, And of course, I'm over my 10 minutes. But hope you like this series. I'm gonna be starting up. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Hide your kids, hide your wife, because everybody getting raped out here like your husband. But no. But jokes aside, please tell as many people as you can about this. If I get enough hits after this video of my second podcast, I'll continue doing this series. For now, enjoy this unboxing. I guess I'll see you guys later. Hopefully, my podcast will be less than 10 minutes instead of right now what it looks like it's going to be 12 minutes. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Da1writer. Da1writer's Soapbox.